We're going to be talking about this today, this needle that some of you guys don't know. Talk about a little bit about the one. Some of you have seen the machine already at the Chicago show. And also we're going to talk about the Wonder Woman of Tattooing edition, which is this machine that I have here that I just happened to open it in the wrong way. So let me show it to you right now. So I'll give you guys a little bit of an update of this machine. This is a machine that we actually have for limited edition on our website. This is the way it looks. It's kind of like a machine to celebrate all the women that we support in the tattoo industry, all the women that actually are incredible tattoo artists. So it has kind of like the Wonder Woman color scheme. Actually, really nice palette, if you ask me. All right, red, yellow, and blue. So, pretty good. You can find this at fkirons.com. I believe some of our distributors also are carrying this machine. And you can find this combination on a Flux, on an EXO, and I believe we also make it in the Flux Max. Let me show you. And right here we have it on the Flux V1. So as you guys can see, pretty cool. I mean, same grain machine. This is the this is the Flux Max with this is a Flux Max with a modular Flux V1. Remember, the benefit of our machines is that all the grips are interchangeable, and when we're talking about Flux or Flux Max, all the parts of the machine are interchangeable. So you can change a battery pack, put on the other machine, the grip, and so on, and configure a machine, however you like it. Also, if you have, let's say you have a 4mm of this machine and you want a 2.5, you can simply buy the body on its own and just have, the body with a different stroke. And if you use disposable grips, because we also have disposable grips, and you already have a double battery setup, you basically have two machines for only the cost of the body. So something to, like this one that comes with two batteries, something to keep in mind, when choosing a machine, so really easy to upgrade. Now the next thing that I want to talk about is this particular needle right here. I'll show you guys the box. This is a needle that we've been selling for a while now through our partners and sister company, Painful Pleasure. So these are the Triton needles by Peak. This needle is actually really, really nice. And what is so different about the needle is that this needle has a silicone stabilization ball. And that's what you see right there, that little ball. And if you look right there, you can see the red ball right over there. So basically the silicone ball, what it's doing is always ensuring that there is downward pressure of the needle, but the right amount of pressure so there is not friction. And what this does is, number one, stabilizes the needle in the up and down, basically eliminating splatter. And it also, makes the needle perform much steadier. So when you use, for example, I have a Magnum right here, I have a liner so you can see, the housing is also like super comfortable to remove. It's not slippery. It's actually a matte amber type of color. And I've been doing a bunch of tests with it. I haven't been tattooing in a while, unfortunately, because I've been working on creating products. But I've been actually testing this needle on face skin and so on. And you could actually line with this Magnum with such a precise stroke, and it actually looks like, lining with a shader, when you want to get those fatty and well saturated lines, and it is because of that particular feature. Now, most needles will have a bushing, right? A bushing will kind of semi-stabilize the needle, but the bushing cannot be tight, and there's always a little bit of play. Of course, you can bend the needle stack a little bit and create that additional tension, but the way we have accomplished that with this needle, it's actually unique, and the machine sounds really good. Right now I have the one right here. Remember, older prototype, new one is shorter, and I hope to have it very, very soon. The performance, the sound is really, really nice. let me see if I can put another needle. If I have another one here, not at this moment, not with me, but anyway. There's not much that you guys can see. But now, let me show you how it looks with the Triton liner. Let me put a little bit of, I put a little bit of Windex to simulate some sort of lubrication. There you go. So this is the liner. Now, one of the things that you're going to notice with this needle is that the tip is actually very slim. So you don't have that overhanging, chunky, thickness, extra thickness on the needle, which is something that it always bothers me. Now, this membrane is going to be in the harder end of the membranes. Now, there is pros and cons, but I think that this needle was made for precision. This needle is super precise. Obviously, having a harder membrane would also ensure that your needle is much more steadier than otherwise. So you can also see there's basically no plate in the back stem. Okay, it's just very, 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 very minimal. Unlike other needles out there that only relied on the bushing, like I was saying, the bushing has some, has to have some clearance. But because the needle is constricted at the top, that really makes the performance of the machine really, really nice. Once again, this one, has a membrane. Oh, I love the performance of this one in particular, the Magnums. This one is actually my favorite one, and I cannot wait to tattoo. I'm gonna be tattooing this Saturday, so yeah, I'm gonna be using all of them, and stack up a bunch of them. So let me show you how they come in the box. So once again, Triton from Peak, you can get at painfulpleasures.com. I believe we're gonna have it very soon at fgunners.com as well, and on Dark Lab. And these are the needles. These are the liners, Another thing that I like, and I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, or if some of you guys share the same thing, but these ones are so easy to break away from the bunch. You just bend a couple of times and they just come right off. Some needles, you gotta bend it. So we make sure that we also got that one under control, and just to determine, what needle it is. Everything is there at a glance. Standard 1205. So this one is 12,000 of an inch needle, 5-round liner. There you go. T type. So yeah, very good needle. Now, for those that have been at the Chicago show and had the pleasure of tattooing with the machine, testing it on face skin, because we had a bunch of pads there and a few machines for you guys to test it. This machine is about to be announced, released on April 18. And like I mentioned before, you can get it from April 18. We got confirmed that from April 18th through the 30th of April, you're going to be able to pre-order this machine for $5.99. Now, the original price of the machine is going to be $7.99, but we're going to have this 2 weeks where, first come, first serve. You could pre-order the machine for $5.99, and you're going to see more videos because I want to make sure that, you guys are aware and don't miss the train. So a couple of details about the machine. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this is one of my first prototype, but one of the actually anodized prototypes. I had other older prototypes like this one right here. So you can see the cap different, older ones, even the way that the membrane, so I've been working on this for a while. And the new model is actually what you have seen on some of the renders. The machine is actually shorter and the diameter is actually slimmer. It shares a little bit of the DNA of, what you see right here. Right here it comes straight like that, but now the final one actually has a nice transition from this area, and this ring in the middle is actually a little bit longer, and it says 1 there. So a lot of you guys have shot a lot of messages over Instagram. I try to answer a lot of them in the comments as well. People are asking what type of motor this machine uses, And this machine uses a brush motor, which if you guys are familiar with all the other rotary machines that we have released, they all use brush motors. And like I mentioned before, there are machines that are running with the same motor after 7 years and they still running, like Halos, for example, and Spectra Direct. You know, those machines are still running, still humming. A lot of artists are still using them. So we always wanted to create a motor that was going to have the performance of one of the motors that we had in our one of our most popular rotary type machine before the pens, which was the Spectra Direct, right? A machine that you know, had incredible torque and that a lot of people loved. Also, if you think about our first rotary, the Scion, which we still sell till this day, and it's still one of the hottest seller machine, that machine also uses a brush motor. So this one is basically the same motor, compacted into a flat format, has a square flange, tons of power, and you know, I think you're not gonna be disappointed with this motor because it's also very, very silent. You know, it has a super nice hum. It has a metal construction, and you know, something that we are going to be introducing in this machine, and we love it. Right, so a lot of machines are actually using this motor. Some of our permanent makeup machines, they have been using that motor for over a year now, and you know, no problem whatsoever with that motor. Very reliable. So one of the things that we did with this motor is, first of all, we tuned up the winding of the coil. So with this motor and in future machines, we can still have the EGIF functionality. This machine does not have EGIF, but the motor is capable of that. We also have beefier bearings in this motor, so there's no actual play at all in this version of this motor, and you know, it just performs really good. So if you have been in Chicago and you have seen some of the artists that are doing with this machine, have seen some of the pieces, basically the artists took home almost every single award. I believe Friday we took first and second best of show. If I'm not mistaken, that was Lulu, one of our artists. That was at the booth, and then there were more awards throughout the whole weekend. So a lot of the artists were working with this particular machine, big pieces, big thigh pieces, back pieces, no issues. Sarah Miller also is using the machine at this moment, and love to work with her because she always gives me real-time feedback, calls me at 12 at night, hey, I found something, or how about if we do something? So I like to work with artists, you know, to actually make our machines better and better and better. So like I mentioned before, we are in full production right now. We've been actually prototyping this product for a while, since last year, and you know, we are close to release this machine, which is going to be the wireless machine, you know, at the best price as of today, because it's going to be launching at $5.99 for 2 weeks, and then the original price of this machine is going to be $7.99, which it puts it under even the Flux V1. Of course, this machine does not have Bluetooth connectivity with the app, you know, to control it from the app. This machine does not have eGive. This machine does not have a screen. It is a straightforward machine, direct drive, plenty of force, and it is the perfect machine for those artists that, you know, want to spend more time looking at the piece and working, and maybe less time just testing, you know, the features of a menu, like the Flux Max and the Flux V1. Now, don't let the price fool you, because this machine, it is as good for people that are just beginning, just like any of the other machines that we actually sell, or for professional artists that have been in the industry for many years. And the good thing about this machine, you're going to be able to get it in the 3mm and 4mm strokes to choose from. And I think that we're going to change the color of the cap. I was thinking that the 3 could be green and the 4 could be red. So if you missed the other videos that I've done, you know, you simply remove the battery and it charges in an external charger that I have somewhere. Where did I put the charger? Charger is somewhere. Oh, here it is. Comes with this charger and two batteries also. So everything comes in a case, carrying case. Yeah, it's a rubberized case, so waterproof with a handle. I'll be showing you that as I have. I want to show you guys the final model, which is what's actually under production. So as soon as I have some anodized models, I'll be sending those. I'll be doing a video with those as well. But again, check out this needle, Triton Needles, painfulpleasure.com is the first needle with this type of stabilizer. Right over there is that little ball that you see. It's a silicone ball. Always put the right amount of downward pressure, and it eliminates the splatter. It makes the needle glide in reciprocal motion forward with no side motion, especially for large magnums and thin liners. You're going to find this needle really, really convenient, and yeah, I'm liking it. So go check it out there, painfulpleasures.com, and I'm sure we're going to be carrying it on darklab.com very, very soon as well, because it's, of course, another product from our sister company, Peak, and there you go. So I want to answer a couple of questions. If you have some, just drop them down here in the comments. I'm going to start from the beginning. Try to answer as many as I can, because I have to do a couple of things. So we got people from Mexico saying hello. Is this the new machine? Yes, and this is Oregon Woodworker. This is the new one machine that we unveiled this past weekend at the show. So Valdo Tattoo asks, brushless motor? No, this one is a brushed motor. Why you don't have any service in the EU? Actually, we have 2 service centers in the EU. One is in the UK and the other one is in Netherlands. So if you are trying to service your machine, we have 2, not 0. 2 services. Contact us at service@fkhonors.com and get all that information how to service your machine in Europe. So someone is loving the Wonder Woman machine. Yeah, it looks really good. Too much weight is not good. Too much weight is not good. Too much weight, yeah. For some people, too much weight is not good. I actually like heavier machine, heavier machine, especially for lining. And I don't know. I just feel that kind of like it anchors my hand a little bit better. This machine is not heavy, by the way. So someone says, enables selling spare parts like motor and cam to some artists to do their own service. The problem with that theory is that we've done it in the past, and while there are a lot of artists that can service machine, a lot of people, they're not savvy when it comes to technical tools and stuff like that, and things can actually go to the worst. So right now, like I mentioned before, your machine is under warranty. If it's covered under the period of the warranty, you don't even have to worry about, like if something happens on my computer, I send it to Apple. I don't try to fix the computer myself or send with the phone. So we'll take care of, anything that you guys need. All right, so Black Decade, son muy buenas, pero jamás tendré una. Why not? Don't say that. You could have one. People from Venezuela. Okay, so Ionist Tattoo saying, where can I order the body in Europe or UK? Thank you. So the body you're going to be able to order from any of our distributors. Killer Inc. If you're you're in UK, just contact Killer Inc. and you can buy it there. KillerInc.com. So what else? Sponsorship in Brazil. We actually are sponsoring a lot of artists in Brazil right now. Great talent, as always. Brazil always had great tattooing, and yeah. When does it come out, and how much do I get promos? I don't know if I understand your question, but this is Roberto Castro. So the machine is going to be launching at the introductory price of $5.99. The price of the machine is actually $7.99 after the pre-order. So if you want to get this machine at a really killer price, just do it between April 18th and the 30th, which is when we are going to have the $5.99 deal going on. So yeah, want to make sure that you have a chance to really get a machine at an unreal price. And then it's going to be a $7.99, which is the most affordable machine that we have in the lineup, even at $7.99, and even when you compare with machines from other top top manufacturers as well, like Europeans, Americans, or Australian, and so on. Compré una Flux Max hace 2 semanas y la batería. So if you, and this is in Spanish, we also have service in Spanish, guys. You can send us an email to service@fkirons.com and we will be able to serve you in Spanish as well. Remember, batteries, if some of you guys are experiencing some weirdness with a battery, I'm going to show you a trick that a lot of the time does to the, I'll show you with this one. So if you press these two buttons, you saw that? So pressing the two buttons resets the, let me see once again. Yeah, let me actually show you with this one, because this is not the, nobody has that machine. So let me show you with a battery that most people have. Let me power it up. There you go. So here we have a power bolt. I mean, I never reset my battery, so I think it was this two button. Center and down, boom. It resets the battery. I do it again, or center and out, okay. There you go. Yeah. So pressing those buttons, the two, center and down, you can reset the battery and you're good to go. A lot of the time that's, you know, if it glitches up, do that. What is the name of this machine and how much? This machine is called FK1 because it is our first version of this type of machines. Most likely the second one is going to be FK2, FK3. So just keeping it simple. So FK1 is this one. It is $5.99 for limited time, and then it's going to be $7.99. What else? Where can I pre-order? You can pre-order at fkirons.com. There you go. Some people are answering questions for me. I appreciate it, guys. All right. Oh, a lot of messages always. Yeah. So that's it, guys. So any questions, drop your comments in this video and I'll be answering. If you want to see more videos that I've done about this machine, go under the video section, because usually these lives, we put them on the video section. Not all of them are in the actual grid or the feed. So you can find them there when the questions you may have. Remember that we still have the Wonder Woman of tattooing color scheme, really cool. And again, limited, this is a limited edition, and then it's going to go back to the vault. Let me see, let me just turn off this machine. Put it there. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is the Trident needles from Peak. Check them out, give them a try. This needle feature that red silicone ball that actually glides with the machine, and it results into probably the best performance that you are going to experience with a needle. Super, super steady. Yeah, check them out. And these ones are available at Peak, at painfulpleasures.com. All right, guys, so I think this is it for today. I'll see you in another video. You know, happy Monday, everyone, and take care.